I'm going to share with you the easy way on how to draft this denim jacket collar using a step-by-step method that I will be showing you. Just watch this video up to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, let us jump straight to our denim collar practical pattern drafting class. This is the pattern paper I need for my denim collar project. Since I have more than enough paper, I will work on it while on fold. But if your pattern paper is not enough, still follow this same method, but you indicate the collar center back on fold. Now we start. I draw this horizontal line, which will be my collar bottom guideline. After, I now continue inserting my collar measurements. I bring my denim back pattern. I measure round like this, excluding seam allowances. Then, what I get here, I transfer it to my collar pattern paper. From this center back collar, I measure inwards, copped back neck measurements. Then I mark it here. Also, I bring the denim front pattern. I measure round like this. Also, I exclude seam allowances. What I get, I come to my collar pattern. At this point where my back neck measurement ended, I measure continuous what I copied from the front neck. I mark it here. I'm done with the copying or tracing both back and front neck measurements. Next is to shape my denim collar from the front. At this point, I mark upwards 0.5 inches. After, I divide my front measurements by 2 to get the midpoint. Here is the midpoint. Now, from this 0.5 inch point, I connect back to this midpoint in a curved way like this. Ladies and gentlemen, because of the curve shaped line that we have created, you now need to reposition your front measurements. So, I remeasure my front neck. Then I transfer it to this line like this. As you can see, it's now less by 0.25 inches. I square these measurements like this. After, I draw and square up a straight line like this. At this center back point, I mark upwards 3.75 inches for my denim collar height. Also at this 0.5 inch front point, I mark upwards 3.75 inches. Then I connect these points together to create collar top seam line. At this point, to create that sharp point edge of the collar at the front, I extend by 1 inch. This extension is unlimited. You can extend it more or less. It depends on how sharp pointed you want your collar to be. After, I connect this point back to this point like this to create my front seam line. The collar is done. Next is to mark out my collar stand design. I come to this center back point. I mark upwards 1.25 inches for my collar stand. After, I draw a parallel line like this. I want my collar stand to be only in the back and ends at the shoulders. I draw a perpendicular line connecting it to this point in this way. Ladies and gentlemen, the collar pattern is ready. Next is to trim out my collar. After I separate the collar stand from the main collar, so this one is the collar stand and this one is the collar itself. Next step is to make adjustment to my collar so that it can sit relaxed at the shoulders and the neckline without showing the stitches of the collar and the bodies joining. Now, at shoulder positions, I draw these two lines. Then I cut this open to the tip but not through. Also this one I cut it open to the tip but not through. I bring a new pattern paper. I lay my original collar pattern. Like this. Then I spread these panels and pinning it, leaving a gap of 0.25 inches in between. Also this one I pin it, leaving a gap of 0.25 inches in between. After I now drew my collar pattern by trimming. Okay, this one is no longer my collar pattern. This trued one is my new collar pattern for my denim. Wow, this is how it appears when spread, and this is the position of our collar stand. We are done with the collar drafting. Thank you so much for watching all the way from where we began from. Yes, everyone, if you have watched and learned something from this denim pattern drafting episode, please, I do request you give this video a thumbs up, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Okay, guys, bye bye. See you in my next video. God bless you all. Shalom. I sign out.